Suzy. So we're back again talking about stress. What was your question about stress, Suzy? Tell us how it impacts your work.
Okay, as a family financial advisor, I'm not as talented as you because you're a therapist, you're a coach, and you recognize these any symptoms of stress. Okay, so before our meeting today, I did actually Google what are the symptoms of stress. Okay, because people won't come to me and say, "Hey, Suzy, I am feeling palpitations, shortness of breath."
Physical symptoms of stress include low energy, headaches.
Good, you really did do your homework. Good for you.
Nausea, aches, pains, and tense muscles, chest pain and rapid heartbeat, insomnia, frequent colds and infections, and more.
Okay, so there was Google saying to me, okay, so when a person comes to me, they won't actually, as with you, say, I'm feeling anxiety, I'm feeling, I've got a loss of appetite. They will say, I have problems with my money. So why I initiated this conversation with you is that how do I spot stress? What are the symptoms and what can be done about them?
Okay, so as Google so rightfully said, stress is sometimes a feeling of tightness in your chest, a contraction, short of breath, and I'm struggling with something. And one of the ways to manage stress, because we all feel it, there's many ways of managing it, but one of the first ways is just to acknowledge it. I'm feeling stressed. One can always come back to one's breath. Our breath has been with us from the first moment. It's always there. I'm feeling stress. What can I now do to reduce that stress? And one of the things that we both see is when people understand that we together, we co-regulate each other. So by turning to a friend, a counselor, a family financial advisor, if the core of the stress is money, you're saying, can you help me? Can you help me see in essence what I can't see? I am stressed, but my perspective is limited. And the stress is making my perspective even more limited. Can you expand that view and help me see other possibilities? That's how I see it.
Do you find that stress can paralyze a person, that they have the inability to move on?
Absolutely. They can feel a sense of, I'm frozen. I have no clue what to do. So then it's very good to come back to your breath, to meditate, have a contemplative practice, phone a friend.
Can it be any friend? Can it be any friend?
It can be, of course, any friend that you choose. You might want to sometimes make it defined, because a friendship is a back and forth as opposed to a professional support who will listen to you. Where a friend might say to you either, oh, I know what you're talking about, or belittle it, it's not so big, you're seeing it, which won't necessarily make you feel better. So you might want to define for a friend, I just want to tell you what I'm feeling. I don't want advice. I just want you to hold that space for me to feel it. I'm feeling really stressed out at the moment. So it can be any friend that you feel comfortable with. The key is, I feel comfortable here in this relationship. I'm resting.
Okay.
And then you can get clarity, because your energy isn't going into maintaining that stressful position.
How do I know it's working for me? How do I know after I've had that session with a friend or session with a therapist that it's working for me?
Because you'll be able to then see clearly what the next step will be. It doesn't have to be the next 5 steps. What's one step I can be? And also, you've now phoned your friend. That already is something to celebrate. Wow, I was feeling so stressed and I helped myself. I made a phone call to help myself. What else can I do to notice when I get triggered? And how can I help myself?
So actually the feeling that the session with the friend or the therapist or something, it's not actually to feel better, it's actually to feel more confident in order to move on.
Well, the minute we just acknowledge and allow our feelings to be felt, that felt experience, we often feel it melts. And then we can see clearly what we need to do.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
pleasure.
Your tips are amazing.
My pleasure.